Hello, I'm back out in the woods, and today I'm going to be trying to camp out and hand build a tent out of Crazy Forts or Creative Forts, which is basically a kid's den building kit that you can throw blankets over. It's an experiment. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I haven't practiced this one at home other than with little shelters with my kids. I've found a little spot here, a nice clearing. I have about 2 hours of light. Let's set up the shelter. These have a little handy carry bag, which my other ones at home, the Crazy Fort ones that I have with the kids, didn't come with that. Ideal for camping. This is basically what's in the kit. You've got these plastic poles and these little plastic balls with lots of holes in them. How this works is you have these plastic balls with lots of little holes in them, and you have these hollow tubes, and they slot into any of the holes on these orange balls. And you can be as creative as you want. There's loads of different angles, so you can create all sorts of different shelters, sizes and shapes. The main thing to be sure of when you're building these is, if the camera will focus, you see these little arrows here all pointing towards this hole. That means that this hole has to kind of stay upright. If you do it like that, then it gets a bit tricky to get the angles right, whereas with the ball like that, you've got horizontal angles, 45-degree angles and vertical degree angles as well. So you've got those sort of 3 different main angles, and the rest all spur off from that. I'm not sure what shape I'm going to make yet, what shape shelter. I've made a few at home with my kids, but obviously they're small shelters. So in order to make this a bit bigger to sleep in comfortably, I bought 2 of these. I think I got them on eBay. Anyway, I'm going to kind of create my entranceway first, and then build around that. I haven't got much light. Oh, I forgot to add, these glow in the dark as well. So that should be interesting. Let's do the entrance first. So I'm just going to have, make sure the arrows are facing up. 1, 2, another one. Kind of have a long entrance. Lots of bird noise tonight. Okay. I've got my mosquito repellent, so I'm already getting eaten alive. I might have to get a fire going in a minute. It'd be interesting to see how much these glow. This is the plastic that I have. It's fairly translucent. It's not 100% obviously, but I can see through quite clearly. I went for as clear as I could, like as see-through as I could. I didn't have much of it. It is kind of longer than it is narrow. So we will see. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. I can't really go too high because I'm dictated by the dimensions of the tarp, which stupidly I didn't get out beforehand to have a look at back at home. So I'm actually very limited. The tarp was a lot smaller than I thought. I'm probably going to have some gaps underneath where the tarp just isn't long enough to cover, but thankfully I've done it on such a mild night. It's still about 16 degrees and it's already 6:45 nearly. So yeah, I'm kind of limited by the tarp. But that's the great thing about these, you have to sort of improvise. Anyway, I'm going for like a tunnel. You can kind of see that, I think. The good thing about these is the more you put together, obviously, the more rigid the structure starts to get. The hardest bit is kind of when you're about a quarter of the way through and it gets really flimsy. This is one kit and I've almost run out of balls, if you pardon the pun. There's enough of the plastic sticks, but there's not enough of the balls for this shelter, so I'm glad I bought two kits, which my kids don't know about yet. They absolutely love this. I've built this in a way that obviously means once the tarp's over it I can't really get things in and out because it's so small, there's just small squares. So I brought with me my raised bed, my camp cot bed, and I'm really hoping that it's going to be long enough to just fit inside it for the tarp to cover it. But we're at bug season now, so it's quite nice to be raised off the ground a bit more. Rather than, there's a lot of ticks in this woodland. And I get tick bites every year, but I just try to minimise it as much as possible. The blighters. So let's hope this works. So I deliberately haven't finished off the back of the shelter in the hope that I can slide the bed straight in. Oh, look at that. Yes, rather satisfying. Time to lie the tarp over and see what it looks like. Very small. Very see-through. It's not bad. It's a bit like a polytunnel. I should be growing vegetables in there, really. If I had a bigger tarp, you'd get the concept. But having said that, I don't think that material is going to be very breathable at all. In fact, it's probably not going to be breathable at all, so the condensation would be awful if it was directly to the ground. So it might not be a bad thing that it's actually slightly up and raised. The main thing is when it rains, which it's due to in the morning a little bit, it should just fall off on the top and I should stay dry. I've got the tarp on. I've got no way of securing it down at the moment, so all I've got with me is to go with the glow in the dark theme, because that whole frame is supposedly supposed to glow in the dark. I've got some kind of reflective paracord as well. I don't know if it's reflective or actually glow in the dark material. I think it might be glow in the dark stuff on the going across the thread. so it will get a bit of light before it gets dark, and we'll see. It's definitely going to be reflective. I'm just going to punch little holes in the tarp, tie a little knot. There's no wind tonight. You can see it from the air here. It's absolutely still, which is why the bugs are out so much. I'm only going to just kind of tie the ends, really. Tiny little hole. Where are we going to tie that? To there, I think. Do a little stopper knot, stop anything slipping. A little slip knot, because I want it to be easy to undo. This, where did that tie to last time? There, I should have tied it to there really. One on the inside, two on the inside, one on the outside, and do the loop, tighten, and now we have an adjustable knot. So I can adjust the tension on the tarp. I can get each side even. I'll just work my way along now, making little tensioners. Probably next one about here. Just means that if I want to even out the other side or put more tension in it, I can loosen it here, put it the other side, and that will pull the plastic higher. And then if I want to pull it lower this side, I've got this adjustable knot. I slide it up like that, and you see it stays there, and it keeps all the tension on the tarp, so if it rains it can run off easily. I don't want to put it too tight because the material is quite thin. It might rip. My roof is secure. I've noticed I've got a bit of space. I've closed off the back because I am going to go in through that entrance, but I've got a little bit of space at the back, so I'm going to push my bed back so I have a bit more room, and I might pull the bed to the side a little bit more so I get room for my backpack and things on that side. We do have room back here though. Pretty comfortable in terms of movement because I'm on the mat anyway. It's great, I can see absolutely everything and everything can see me. I'm going to be up so early in the morning with this light, and the condensation is going to be bad. It's cosy, that's for sure. I think I'm going to get bad condensation tonight, and I definitely think I'm going to be woken up really early by the bird song at 5, between 4 and 5 o'clock, definitely by 5 AM. So it's going to be an early start. Shelter is done. My crazy fort, creative fort, whatever shelter is done. I really am looking forward to seeing if it glows in the dark like it says on the box. Time to get a fire going and take a look at what we're going to eat tonight. Such a nice evening. I chose the right time to do this. I've always wanted to do it since my kids are I've got a 4-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy. They are at the perfect age for this den building kits and things like that. They love doing it. And when I was doing it one day, I just thought, when I was building with them one day, I thought I've got to make a video on that. Obviously I've got 2 kits, I've actually only used 1, so if you guys enjoy the episode and you want to see a bigger one, I've got double the amount of kit. We can make a big shelter and we'll try it. We'll see. If not, my kids will be having a monster one back at home. Soaking wet, that's good. Oh, fire's going. That should help with the bugs, at least. I definitely don't need it for warmth. 8 PM and I'm still in a t-shirt, which for 17th of May is quite good going. Fingers crossed we have a good summer this year. Certainly not had a great winter, it's been really wet. Anyway, MRE time, military MRE time. Back on the US rations again, US military. We are on menu 19. Beef patty, jalapeno pepper jack, steak hash au fromage pimenté. So any new people who have come to watch this video, I'm always open to MRE suggestions that you have. I'm going to try and eat as many as I can, and I'm still putting together this spreadsheet which I'm going to put on my website so that you guys can check back and forth, and I'll link to it in the description, and you can see which MREs I've had and which ones maybe I've missed and that you can help me with. Anyway, let's open this up. So cutting it up, here we have, oh, it's kind of double wrapped. I had a beef patty jalapeno, a gratin potatoes. Looks like a chemical heater one again. I'm learning with these because that's the little cardboard pouch you put them in. The drinks one, I didn't do this last time. I'm going to do it this time later. It's really interesting. There's the chemical heater inside there. You fill to there. I don't think that was enough personally. That's personal experience. I am going to fill it slightly more this time, possibly to, I don't know, I might go to this line here. I wonder if that's a line that's on all of them. I did it to that line perfectly pretty much last time, and I didn't feel it was enough to activate the whole heater. It did warm it, but I didn't feel it warmed it very evenly. There's the tortillas, the spoon, orange drink, I might try that. Oh, M&Ms. Tuck into those in a minute. Barbecue sauce, cheese spread with bacon, mayonnaise, oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie. I might have that for breakfast, and then all the drinks and things like that, and the sugars. Let's see what we can do here. Let's get everything prepared, because those chemical heaters are so freaking fast when they heat up. It's mental how quick they heat up. So I've got that ready to protect my hands. A moment of truth. I know this gets hot quickly. Just dry run it, because if they don't fit when it's wet, I'm screwed. Yeah, it does. Oh, it's tight though. Where's the line? I can hear it sizzling. Right, I've gone to where I said I would. Let's quickly get this in. Yep, it's in. Both are in. Let's fold this over. Get all that water in there. Oh, it's getting warm. First time I've done 2 in it. Let's see what happens. Whoop, bit of water came out of it. Oh, it's warm. Okay, there we go. Let's give that 5 minutes, maybe. Right, let's give it 5 minutes. Trying out something different, so this is actually still obviously really warm. I'm going to put this on top of the tortillas in the hope that actually, the whole thing then warms the tortillas up. Who knows? We will try and see what happens. You have a tiny bit of headroom. Actually, I'm going to be slightly higher. I've got a mattress to put up I've just realised. After siphoning through many hundreds of comments on that police video, the overnight, in that I asked for recommendations on a sleep pad, a sleeping pad, inflatable one that would have better baffles on the side, so that I wouldn't roll off as much, because I tend to use the Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm for most of the year, not so much in the summer, but definitely through winter. And it's got the horizontal tubes kind of fillings, so I tend to roll off quite a lot. So anyway, I had loads of suggestions, and one of the ones that came up very often was this. I've still got the label where I bought it. Trekology A-Luft UL 80 ultralight sleeping mat, designed in Portland, Oregon. Try it out and see how it goes. I hope it's got side baffles. That's what people had said. Cool. Has good baffles. It definitely has a little bigger raised side here, and it's kind of curved to keep your body in. I'm looking forward to testing this out. It's a lot thicker than my Thermarest in terms of actual depth. What the R value is on this? Ooh, yes, she fits. It's just cosy. We are losing light and food is ready. Oh, that's warmed them so well. I'm pleased with that. Get some more wood on the fire. This is the bit where you can burn yourself. Don't inhale the fumes, as they say. That off. Just want to save half. Potato. Let's go with some cheese spread, because I didn't have that before, even though these potatoes look like they're pretty in the cheese already. Barbecue sauce, that's going on there. Bit barbecue sauce. There we go, mayo as well. Woo, that is a full wrap. Cheese spread is strong. Can definitely get the jalapeno, the spicy jalapeno. That's quite nice. I wouldn't say the potatoes that good. I've only had 2, maybe even 3 US military ones, so I've not got lots to compare yet. But so far, the previous menu I had, I'll put on the screen now what it was, is tastier. This is menu 19. Yeah, 19 I think. We shall finish. Drink, which is, for me, the coffee, into this bag. Right, the coffee's down at the bottom there. Add my creamer too in a minute. Beverage, so we're going to go to the 8-ounce line. Goes in there too. Fill it. I'm going to go to the 8-ounce line, which is in between 6 ounces and 12 ounces there. That's 6 ounces. 8 ounce there. Just shake it about a bit first. And just try and get all the air out. Sealing it. Fold it on itself. The chemical heat is still really warm down here. And there. Get it back on this to trap the heat, keep it warm, and then leave it for about 10 minutes probably. I'm actually going to leave that near the fire as well. And then I'll have a coffee. It's warm, alright. And in fact, it's not like boiling like you would get a straight from a cup, obviously, but it's warmed enough to drink. Perfect. Cheers. Dusk is upon us. So what the temperature's getting down to tonight. I think it's due to be still double figures tonight. It's meant to be quite warm. We're looking at 11 degrees tonight. That's nice. Rain's coming in, due to come in at 5 in the morning, which I'll be up by then probably. Well folks, 9:30, I'm going to head into the shelter. It's not quite pitch black yet. I think we've got another half an hour till it's going to get really dark, but I'm going to settle in for the night because I think once I'm in that shelter I'm not getting out for the night. Oh, it's pretty tight in here. There is a glow, you can see it. You can't really see it when the camera's off though, but there's a faint glow. I thought it'd be a lot more than that. This is it. You can see the tree leaves through the... I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. It's reflecting. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, and I will report if anything wakes me up. But for now, I'll say good night, and I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Morning all. That was not the most comfortable sleep I have had. There was quite a bit of condensation on the plastic, and I had, because of the thickness of the mattress, I had barely any room to move, which I thought would be alright because obviously I'd be lying down, but it wasn't. It was really quite uncomfortable. It was nice to wake up though and see the sky. I did wake up about 5:30, fell back to sleep again, but it was good to see the sky. I think a different style is needed next time rather than the lower one, something a bit higher and a bigger tarp, definitely. It's all a learning experience. I've wanted to do it for a while. My kids are going to love watching this. Oh, I've got that cookie somewhere. Oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie for breakfast. Menu 19. Very sweet. There must be a lot of sugar in that. 19 grams of... It says total sugar is 19 grams. Yeah, it includes 19 grams of added sugar. 38% of your daily value. I'm not going to get a fire going this morning because A, I've had my coffee from the MRE and I don't think there's any more hot drinks in there. That's one thing I'd say about the US military one. Not many hot drinks. On the British military one there's tea, there's coffee, there's hot chocolate. In fact I think there's 2 or 3 teas because it's Brits. But yeah, there's not many hot drinks in the US ones. I think there's just the one or maybe one other. Back to the drawing board at some point and come up with something different, bigger. Use both packs of the fort, the den building kit. Make something a bit more robust. Make a bigger entrance. Let me know your suggestions. I'm sure some of you guys must have these, right? Not obviously for out in the woods, but with your kids, you must have these crazy forts. So I'm sure you guys have come up with some really cool designs. I was a bit disappointed in the glow in the dark. It didn't really glow in the dark much at all. On the package, it looked like it would be, you know, lighting up from the International Space Station. But it is what it is. I think I might peg it down next time. Look, it's really flimsy, so I think I could bring some tent pegs to make it a little bit more secure if it was windy. I got away with it last night. Seems like quite a bit of gear, and that's because it is. Obviously I've got carried in my cot bed, quite big sleeping bag, and these extra things. But I was quite pleased they've got a carry bag. That did help getting up into the woods. I just want to say thank you very much everyone who's watching. I do appreciate it. Throw in any suggestions below as to if you want to see any more designs of this. But also don't forget, I've got a second YouTube channel, Life of Mike, where I upload all sorts of different videos. Some related to the bushcraft stuff, some not related. Currently doing my Land Rover Defender build on that channel, and now the weather's picking up, going to be starting my military, the old military Series 3 lightweight restoration. So we're going to start that soon on the channel, so check that out, Life of Mike. I'll leave a link in the description below. Don't forget my dad's channel, TA Fishing, everything fishing related and outdoor related. He does lots of cool countryside stuff as well. I'll put a link to that in the description below. Looking forward to seeing loads of you at the Bushcraft show next weekend. Sorry, my main camera ran out of battery. This was where we were at. Anyway, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you enjoyed it. I've got lots more content coming up that's going to be bushcraft related as well. I know I've come away from the bushcraft a bit, but we've got some survival tips. I've been filming those tips videos, so keep an eye out for them really soon. And yeah, general bushcraft stuff is coming. Thank you, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll put a link in the playlist. I'll put a link down below to my various playlists, bushcraft, camping, DIY, cabin stuff. It's all there in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week on Tuesday. Remember, TA Tuesdays, we're going for Tuesday uploads. See you then.